Uh, Shifting a little bit, like I wanted to ask you because we've all seen like the documentary 30 for 30 broke and stuff like that. And doing some digging on your stuff, it seems like you had an incident where you were defrauded like $3.5 million.
Right.
And I was wondering if you would speak on that. And then also if there was like advice or any insight to any young guys or anybody listening that can be in this position, to be a little more, to be more cautious or be wary of signs that maybe you look back on and think I should have looked for those things.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm always willing to speak on it, man, because it'll help someone else, and that'll do a huge service to them as well as myself, man. For me, it's gratitude and giving back, and that's the first thing I look for. I know we're, 24 years removed since my rookie year,
Yeah, it's been a
94,
while.
98, and things are more prevalent and right in front of us. And I think from a financial literacy and taking care of your finances as players, athletes, guys that don't come from those demographics, that haven't been able to inherit what financial awareness and being able to take care of their money, right? I think it's huge service for them for me to speak on it. I came in, I chose my first agent first and foremost because he's a black guy. I had an opportunity to go with Lee Steinberg. They really courted me and tried to recruit me, but I turned them down. I don't even regret that, because I feel that in hindsight, I have an opportunity. This is a part of me. That became a part of me. It became part of my story. It's a tool that I can use to help other people.
Right.
To try to steer them clear of falling in the same trap that I fell in. So I chose my first agent. He's a black guy. He recruited me like a father figure. My father, we developed a relationship late in my life. Around my junior year of high school, my dad came back from the military, got back involved in my life, but I still didn't have that guy that I trusted as a father figure. Insert Tank Black, my first agent. And he came in. I had a $5 million signing bonus. In 98, that was ninth pick. That was huge. I had potential to make like 16 mil on my rookie deal. And he took that check after I signed it. I remember seeing $2.8 million go into a bank account. I took $500,000 just so I can have my, my annual bills and whatever I needed. So what they did was they took that money, invested in a offshore account, which eventually became a Ponzi scheme. They took that, put all of it over there, like 2.3 mil. They put it over there, but they would give me these window documents of what I was getting for return on the investment, which was like 30 grand a month. So at the time, off of 2.3 million, I'm seeing $30,000 a month. That's $360,000 a year. I'm like, all right, we can do a little bit more than 10% in the market. That's fine. But you fast forward, it end up being a Ponzi scheme, total bullshit. At that time, 9/11 happened, the market crashed. And a lot of my teammates ran back to the locker room. They lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
In those times, they lost a lot of money. But my money was frozen in the Ponzi scheme. So what the government did was we filed a claim to say, all right, we were involved in this. So the money that was frozen, I ended up getting back about $2 million of it. So I lost the $300,000 plus whatever interest I could have made in a regular investment. And that was like 4 years later, right? So I go from Tank Black to another guy, Jeff Rubin, who I knew from college. And a lot of other guys knew Jeff. Jeff befriended me. We ended up getting together. He became my financial guy. It's sort of, I always think about that like the new girl that comes. If you're that guy that meets her first, you get friendly with her, then you have a better shot at her than the other guys, right?
Right.
So Jeff I was coming off of a bad breakup.
Right.
And he was the first guy to say, hey, I can do this, and this. All right, cool. We're good. Let's go. So I hired him as my financial guy. Some investments early on were very moderate, very conservative. Fine, right? Mutual funds, easy stuff, 3, 4, 5%. He started taking shots in these private equity deals. He put us in this casino deal down in Alabama. And Bama, I thought it was a good deal, right? It was a charitable bingo operation, which at the time they were great in Alabama. But the politics in Alabama, never so great. So they built up the casino. It was amazing property. They built it up. On our opening night, they raided it. Then they said, this is a legal operation. The bingo is a front for this, that, and that. Whatever. I can get into that, but that would take forever.
Was that true?
Nah, they just changed the law overnight.
Got you.
That's why it just changed the freaking law overnight. And we were slated to make, I had like 1.6 mil in that deal. And probably was going to do about 60% on our money a year.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a casino.
Right.
It was amazing property. So it was just going to just print money. So fast forward, they shut that down, lost that money, had to fight against the banks, had to fight against the law firm that eventually actually didn't give us operating agreements and PPMs. So we sued the law firm that did it, settled out there, sued the bank because a lot of things are forged through the bank. But Jeff Rubin, who's the financial advisor, he's a 60 Minutes special too. I had T.O., Ray Lewis, a lot of top guys, Javon Curse, myself. He's still just out there living the dream. But it was just bad, man, and just got with bad people. And, but I learned a valuable lesson, stuff that I can talk to my kids about, I can talk to young players about. I can go into these speaking engagements in these different Fortune 500s and talk to their employees about. So in hindsight, it was a blessing in disguise. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm much better for it now in terms of finances. It's going to help my kids, in the long run.
Right.
But it's just
the platform you have with Pivot.
And the platform now, for sure. So those experiences, man, they're not short of anything. I can give back in so many different ways. So yeah, it was just bad. Timing was always.
Yeah.
I hope you guys like this clip. If you want to continue to be for the boys, you need to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, and check out our playlist. We have all the links right here on the screen. As always, biggest of hugs and tiniest of kisses. Also, go check out the full episodes, but always for the boys.